Hello, welcome to the West Ham Way YouTube. Myself, Mark Carlaw, and Mr. Riley Finch. Riley, it's that fixture we all look at and dread these days. Brighton, Hove Albion at home or away, wherever we're playing them. We're never going to beat them, let's be honest. But maybe today's the day. It's the third game of the season. We haven't got a point yet, so it's arguably, it's a must-win. Is this the day we're going to put it to bed, do you think, and finally beat Brighton and take the 3 points?
No, I don't know. I don't know. It's a difficult one, really, because we're going onto a positive, obviously, from beating Viborg 3-1.
Yeah.
Debut sort of goal for Scamacca on his first start. Cornet with his assist. Bowen's off the mark this season as well, and Tony's off the mark this season. Ben Rama had another really, really good game. So there's a lot of positives to take going into this fixture. We're a lot better off than we were like coming into the Forest game, for instance.
Yeah, I agree.
But it is Brighton, and historically we don't play very well against Brighton. We still have quite a few injuries going on. I mean, Kira seems like he might sort of play at centre back. That could be a big boost.
I thought he played well. I was impressed with him, to be honest, in his debut. I thought he looked a very good player.
Yeah, I liked his passing from the back line. Obviously, pretty much he passed it into Ben Rama, and then Ben Rama ran to the byline, setting up Antonio for the third goal. So that was good to see.
Yes.
But I don't know, there's just something intrinsic about Brighton that just sort of, I don't know what it is exactly, but you would have thought the team wouldn't be as consistent as they've been to beat us 6 times and draw with us 4 times. Like, you just would have thought at some point they're going to slip up and we're going to get an odd win every there now and then. But it's not happened in 10.
It is strange. I never really understand what the real reason is. At the end of the day, Brighton have never finished above us. You know what I mean? That's why you've got to look at it in the last few years. So we are arguably a better side than them. I mean, I've got a lot of respect for Brighton. I think Graham Potter's got them so well drilled and they're a hard team to beat. Let's be honest. Let's take away the fact that we haven't beaten them in 5 years aside. It's going to be a hard game, whatever, because Brighton have started the season well. They're a good side. They're well organised. They're not going to be a pushover. So we know that. I think for me, we just got to kind of put this whole voodoo aside a little bit. Just sort of don't think about it. Just treat it like a normal match and be well organised. I wouldn't even be talking about it. And if I was David Moyes or any of the players, I wouldn't even be mentioning it. Just think, no.
I don't think they do. I don't think they're really I don't think they really buy into all that sort of stuff. Like, we're 10 matches without beating Brighton. Let's beat Brighton today, guys, to end the curse. Like, I don't think they really care about that sort of stuff. I mean, I was at the Brighton game, obviously at the Amex last year. And,
you was, yeah.
A journalist asked that sort of question, and Moyes just turned around and said, "Yeah, we're cursed, mate." And he's obviously doesn't read too much into it. No, and I doubt the players do either. So they probably just see it as another game. I mean, they're probably scratching their heads as to how they haven't beaten Brighton either. I mean, we got as close as we've ever gotten last season in the fixture at the London Stadium. Obviously, we don't talk about the Mopé overhead kick, but
painful that was.
With him potentially off to Forest, maybe that means that he won't score today. I don't know. Like, it's just a weird one.
I mean, and they are a good side, Brighton, and fair play to them. Whatever we're going to happens today, we know we're in for a game. I personally think we're going to beat them today. That's my general gut feeling. I think that our towers are going to be up after Thursday. As you say, I think we're going into it in a better position than we were when we played the opening 2 games. I think the players are probably a little bit more settled. Obviously, a bit more confidence now in Scamacca as well, having Scott off the mark. Antonio scored as well. Bowen got back in the goals. And to be honest, and like you say, I know we've got a few injuries, but you've got Ogbonan out that's played. Kira looked very, very good. So ultimately, I actually think we're going into it looking pretty strong, a good strong lineup. I think we just need to put this to bed today, I think, and it'd be nice to see a good solid performance. And the fact is now as well, where we are in the league, obviously, I don't really too much into the tables this stage of the season, but we do need to sort of get away from the bottom now and get some points on the board. So it's a crucial match today. Be interesting though. So what are you thinking in terms of lineups? Are you thinking we're going to see a Scamacca start, Cornet start, or do you think Moyes is going to stick to his principles and keep them on the bench today and then bring them on later on?
He's going to keep to his principles. I think probably one of the main reasons, and we did speak about it in the preview, he's going to start Cornet and Scamacca in the Viborg game. It's probably because they won't start during the Brighton game. I don't know. If it was me personally, I'd stick to Soufal and Ashby as our fullbacks because I thought they worked very well against Viborg. Soufal, especially for me, adopted to the left back role really, really well.
He did,
and considering how Creswell sort of has been playing the last couple of weeks, I'd probably be opting for something like that. But Moyes will probably go for his trusted Creswell and probably Johnson, I think, because I'm assuming Kerr is going to start with Zuma, and if not,
I'd say so,
Ogbonna.
yeah.
But I think it's going to be Kehrer from what the rumours that we've heard. Obviously, Fabianski's going to be back in net as he always is. Souček will start. He just will alongside Rice. Even though I think probably Coventry and Downs probably deserves a game. I don't think we're going to match Brighton with a 3 at the back or a 5 at the back. I'd be surprised if we were going to do something like that.
Yeah,
especially when we've only got one fit centre back, and then the centre back is just coming in. Ogbonna, who's sort of, he played some minutes, but is he really ready to play 90 against Brighton? And then I'll just go for your trial and trust him. I mean, Benrahma has to be the first name in the team sheet at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably Fornals over Lanzini. Obviously, Jared Bowen, and then we've got Big Mick up top. I think that's probably the best we can go for. I don't really see us going for a 5. Brighton always really stretch us when they play against us. I think Trossard is going to be a huge danger man for them today. Pascal Gross coming late into the box. I mean, Rice and Souček have really got to make sure they sort that out. And Caicedo's playing really, really well as well. So the battle in midfield is going to be very interesting for today.
Yeah, I agree, and it's one of slight concern for me, to be honest, the midfield situation, because obviously, and I appreciate we've got Declan Rice there, who arguably is probably one of the best. Well, he's one of the best in the league and arguably the world, really. But Souček has been so poor again. I wasn't really impressed with him on Thursday. I'm struggling with him at the moment. He works so hard, and I think a lot of people respect that. And I think that, to be honest, that wins a lot of West Ham hearts, doesn't it? Work rate and passion, and he's got that in abundance. But his quality is so poor at the moment, and it was poor last season. And I know that when we did our season preview a few weeks ago, I'd said I think I could see him recapturing that form, but it's just not happening, is it? I mean, I watched that on Thursday when he was paired with Coventry, and I actually really felt for Coventry in that match because he's got a bit of criticism. But I felt Souček was really poor against him. He didn't really help him out at all. Considering the fact that Souček's the more senior pro, you'd have thought he'd have really helped Coventry, but I actually felt he left him for dead a lot of the time, left him quite exposed. I'm just getting a bit tired of it now. I'm getting to the stage where I think that, he's a great guy and he's got passion and everything, but I think we need to be a bit more ruthless, and I think he needs to be dropped. I'd like to see Downs play today. I think he deserves a chance in playing. I think Souček needs to kick up the arse and say, you're not performing well enough now. We've given you had the opportunity all last season to get back to form. You haven't done it. You've had a summer break, well rested. You've come back. The form's carrying on. He needs to be dropped, in my opinion. And I really like Thomas Souček, and I'd love him to come back to being that in the form that he was when he first arrived. But he's nowhere near it. I mean, you even look at the miss against Forest, when he had that header. I mean, that was a really bad miss. And I'm getting to the stage now, I'm getting fed up with it now. I'm getting losing my patience with him a little bit. So that would be my only change I would like to see Moyes make today. Although I know you're right. I know that he will start. I'm pretty certain that Moyes will start him. But he's got to be on thin ice now. And especially that you've got some midfielders now breathing down his neck that want to start. And I think maybe it'll do him well or good. I think sometimes it helps players to be dropped. So, they can go away and start thinking about it a little bit more. Maybe he needs to go away and work harder on his training, start thinking about his finishing and his distribution. His distribution is shocking. He can't even play a simple pass. I mean, even players that are 5 yards away from him, he seems to struggle to put it where the ball needs to go. And you're thinking to yourself, you're a Premier League footballer. You know what I mean? This is basic stuff. That's my rant. That's my Souček rant over for this morning.
So I'm assuming he's been dropped from the Mark Carlaw FPL team then.
No, he's not. He's still in our bloody team. I just realised that. You just reminded me. I mean, I'm doing a Moyes. You know what I mean? I'm criticising him. I'll go on, Thomas, one more week.
You're literally just, you're not doing what you preach, mate. I mean, he'd be first name out for me, for someone else. But no, you're absolutely spot on. I think I would have liked to see Downs actually start against Viborg just so that he's got the legs to maybe start today.
Yeah, agreed.
Obviously, I completely respect it. You've got to get your youth in where you can. But yeah, like you said, I mean, Coventry didn't impress me too much, but mainly that's probably because he had a lot to do with Souček. I think what he did effectively. But I've seen videos of Coventry in pre-season and against for MK Dons pinging balls over the top, like being a creative kind of outlet as an 8. But he didn't really get that chance, did he?
No. I didn't think. I thought he was left a little bit exposed in that match. A little bit. I felt for him, and also as well, I think people. It's hard for Coventry. I appreciate that it is a step up. There's no two ways about it. League One to Premier League is worlds apart, but But at the same time, I actually thought he did all right, and I think I actually think if he's coming into the club as a noble replacement and to be someone that's going to be able to fill in as and when, and hopefully will get given a chance at some stage. If there's injuries, then he can prove himself. But I actually don't think he's a bad alternative. I wouldn't want to lose Coventry. I think he's a good player. It's up to him though, isn't it? At this stage of his career, does he want to be playing that role? Does he want to be a bit part player, or does he want to be playing every week? And realistically, if he wants to be playing every week, 90 minutes of football every weekend, then I think realistically he's probably not going to get that at West Ham. But let's just wait and see. But that'd be the big change for me today. Midfield, I'd like to see a shake-up. I don't see it happening personally, but I'd like to see that. And as well, I'd quite like to see Skamaka start. I thought he looked really good, and I think he can cause defenders so many problems. No, there's no disrespect to Antonio, because obviously he can do the same. But I actually think Antonio would actually be better for us as an impact sub now, coming on when we need him, because he's just so... He's got that aggression, and we know when you watch games of Antonio, when he's on fire, especially when those first periods of the game when he's full of energy, he just terrorizes defenders. And if we could use that as our advantage, as a more come on as a sub, I think he'd be great. That's what there's the two changes I would like to see, but whether it happens or not, I don't know. The other one, I suppose, as well is Ben Rama. We need to talk about. Obviously, seems to be in really decent form. I mean, how are you feeling about Ben Rama so far? You pleased with him?
Oh yeah, absolutely, mate. I mean, I've been defending him so much across the last sort of 2 years. Obviously, when I used to do my podcast, me and my podcasting mate had very, very different views with the Ben Rama. He used to absolutely slate him every single week, and I said, well, give him a chance. And obviously, the first year he was with us, he got like 1 goal and a couple of goal involvements. Second year he's improved, 8 goals, 4 assists, I believe it was, in the Premier League. And then this season already, he's looking really, really sharp. He was a shining light at the Forest game. He came on and made a really big... I mean, I think the difference, people were putting on Twitter all over the place, West Ham are passive everywhere they go for the Viborg game. And I think he came on and he just gave us a bit of directness, a bit of oomph.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
But I think a lot of people want him to play the 10 position because that's a better position. But he's shown his best football at Brentford in the left wing spot. And I think already this season he's showing himself as that kind of winger. So I think for me, as much as you want to get Cornet and Ben Rama in the same team, I'd be sticking with Ben Rama on the left wing, just doing what he's doing at the moment. But against a team like Brighton, this is where he's gonna fall short, because the fact that he doesn't really track back as much, he's not as defensively sound. When we get overloaded on those wings and he's not there to kind of help out, people are going to get on his back. But not every player is going to track back and make that amazing tackle like Bowen or Lanzini. Some players are just there to go forward. He's an attacker for a reason. I know in the modern game you've kind of got a bit of everything, whether you're in defence or attack. But you got to kind of just allow him to do what he does.
Absolutely, mate. I agree. I think I can see him being a big player for this season. He's certainly got the signs there, and I hopefully today. Today's a big one. Isn't it? We just got to get the result today. One by hook or by crook, we've got to beat Brighton. Got to get the 3 points. I think even a draw would be a bad result. We don't want that. We need the 3 points. I'm going to put you on the spot now, mate. Predictions. What do you honestly see the result being today?
Oh, it's going to be 2-1 Brighton, mate. I'd love us to win today, and
Blimey.
as much as I do think we've got a very good chance of winning today, like I say, you're a lot of positives to take from the last couple of weeks. But I don't know. I just think we're not quite there yet. And the opening sort of 45 minutes for me against Viborg didn't show me enough that today's going to be the day that we kind of break that duct. And maybe it's just the unoptimism talking because of our record against Brighton.
You're going to get slated about the comments on this. You know that, don't you? You're going to be ripped to shreds.
Well, it might happen, it might not happen, but that's just my prediction.
That's fair enough. I'm going to be bold today. I think we're going to win 2-0. I've got a feeling. I've got a feeling we'll put it to bed today. I think the fact as well we've got Rice. Yeah, I think Bowen will score. Yeah, I'm confident. So I've got a feeling I think we're going to win. I've just got this feeling today's the day. I think it's going to be a very hard game, and I don't think it's going to be a breeze. I think it's going to be very difficult. But I've just got this feeling today. I think we're going to be organised. I think we're going to be up for it. I think Rice is going to be rested, which I think is going to help us as well. And I watched an interview with Rice in the week as well regarding being West Ham captain and how he's taken to the opening results, and obviously being very disappointed. I get the impression that the players are really not happy with the way they've started the season. I think they really want to put this to bed today. So I don't think they're going to come out there today taking this lightly at all. I think this is going to be a game we're going to be very well organised and really, really go for the points. And I've just got this feeling today. I've got a good feeling about it, but let's wait and see, mate. Wait and see. One of us is going to be you know,
Mate,
right.
I absolutely hope I'm proved wrong. I totally do,
I
but
bloody hope so, no.
I've just got that feeling that it might not be our day today, sort of thing. But we'll see, mate. I'm happy to get slated if I get it wrong because you know, at the
I'll
end
be
of the
the
day,
first one to absolutely rip into
all I
you.
care about is that West Ham win, mate.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers.